It's flowing through your mind. This feeling's got me on fire. Don't ever leave it all behind. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us? This energy's inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity. Feel the love. Can you feel me?
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
fell and lost to the war. Shot me dead, I was lost and sad to the voices in my head. I'm gonna get up again, I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up again.
You are legendary. Okay, okay.
Look into my eyes, my heart beats like a drum. You listen to my lies. Love is far to come. Your love is far. Running at the speed of light, kissing every city lights. Calls me in this morning time, but it just goes on. Running at the speed of light, kissing every city lights. Calls me in this morning time, but it just goes on. Gotta get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get up again.
I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
What is going on, traders? Welcome to the stream. How we doing today? What day is it? It's Sunday. Let's go. Forgot what day it was. I swear that never happened. Okay. Yeah, you know, Colonel. You know. How we doing today? Welcome to the stream, traders. Damn, what a turnout today. ESQ trading with the 10 gifted, bro. What? Come on. Damn, thank you for the support. Esk Trading, let's go. Damn. And the Rumex Twitch, thank you so much for the sub. Manuel Trades, damn, thank you for the support. Sub with Prime. We got the Rumex Twitch sub at tier 1. Wow, thank you so much for the support today. Damn, you guys are out here, and I see you. Okay, you know. Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian fam. Yes, sir. It is Thanksgiving. All right, I got a nice Thanksgiving dinner after this stream waiting for me. Who we got in Twitch chat today? Everyone say hello. Looks like we have Deb. Welcome, Deb. Colonel, Jag Trades, J-Licious, Ali. I already said Jag. I'll say you twice, Jag. Jag Trades. I am Ivan. How we doing? I dislike mayo. Jupiter GG's. Esk Trading. Always rocking. Who else we got in here today? Welcome. Jabba Drip Trader Thiz, the man of the hour. High and Dry Steven. Unk Stonks. DT Earth. Cousin Eddie. Whiskey Ginger. Terp Sinner. The Rumex Twitch. Real ones, baby. Yes, sir. You know. M Hovis 82. We got Cat. What's going on, Cat? How we doing today, guys? Oscar, what's up, Oscar? Curly Gowan, how we doing? Welcome. Everyone say hello. And just get relaxed. Grab a coffee. Have a nice seat. Silver Gang in the house. We got Gold Gang too. I'm Gold Gang. You guys want to see me? Say hello. Welcome, chat. Welcome. You guys are going to love what we got in store for you today. All right. We are going to get Thiz on the line. All righty. Babyface. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll get Thiz on the line, and we're going to get into things in a few seconds here. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. He's in voice? Yeah, I see him there. I see him. Alrighty, traders, let me get this music paused up for us. Thank you, Angel Wing, man. Appreciate you. We love that guy, Mr. Angel Wing. Okay, I think we're actually going to do... Let me see first. Let me see. I'm going to hop into voice with Thiz, and we'll see if we're going to do face cam. Unless he's already doing it. I'm not sure. Monsieur Thiz. Is that French?
Hello?
Hello? What's going on, man?
Oh, man, just getting situated. Had some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got my coffee here. What time is it where you are? Are you Eastern as well?
No, I'm Central.
Central? So what time does that make that?
12 p.m.
12 p.m. Okay, so it's a bit earlier for you than it is for I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
That's fine.
How are you, my guy? How's your weekend been? How's the week? How's everything?
I'm good, man. I had a good week. We made some money, and cool weekend. We stayed up way too late last night playing New World, but
gotcha.
Here we are. Wouldn't miss it.
What time do you stay up until?
About 4:30.
Holy shit. Twitch is pushing the hell out of that game. They keep putting polls on my... Because I use the Twitch dashboard. They keep throwing polls up on the screen. And I don't know...
It's a fun game.
Is it? Yeah?
I like it. I liked it a lot. We, there was a lot of rumors that the game was breaking 3090s, so I kind of have a 3090, so we fucking put it all on the line, dude. Like, it's fun, though. I like it.
Okay. There's like 3 factions or something, like the Marauders and a couple others.
Yeah, look, DT was up. It was me, DT, Daz, Kenji. Yurona was there for a bit.
Got you.
It's cool. It's a good time.
Yeah,
you
good
know,
stuff.
we all play together, play Valorant together. You know this.
Oh, I know. I haven't been there yet for Valorant. I'm a little nervous because I'm not that like I'm finally into PC gaming now because I got my gaming PC, but I'm still learning kind of the controls for PC gaming. It's a bit tough. But yeah, yeah. Say hello to chat. We got around 90 viewers in the house.
What's up, chat? How's everybody doing, man? Should I stream my face?
That's what I was gonna say. Do you want to do face cam with me, and we can do do we have to call like privately for that, or can we do it in stream voice?
I mean, I could just stream my face. I don't know how you would show both of them. Herb and I have ran into this problem before.
I think if we do a private call, we could do it.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Let me ring your digits.
Okay, ring me up, baby. Okay, now how do I enter that call there? Here it is. All right, let's see. Now, how do I add mine?
Can you see me? Cause
Oh, here it is.
just says loading.
Yep. Can you see me? Mine says loading too.
Where's that beautiful face?
Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Let's see. Yeah, the right camera is selected. Well, I'll wait, is yours not working either?
Can't you just stream yours how you normally would on Twitch, and then I can stream it on Discord, and you can just sounds weird. You can just watch me.
Yeah, we could do that. Oh, I thought this would be funnier though. Dang. I wonder why it's not working. Anybody anybody in chat know? Stream's going to break with that face. Yes, sir. No, that's weird.
Oh, there I am.
Oh, you're up. How'd you do that?
I just clicked on the video thing and then clicked it again, and it came up.
Okay. Mine is being a little trickier. Here, let me switch cameras.
You have to
do this.
You have to take it out and blow on it.
Bruh, it does not like my camera. Do I have to enable it in settings or something?
No, I did
don't
have my
think so.
camera app open. I closed that and then tried it again. I don't know if you have something like that open. But
Well,
I don't think OBS should interfere.
worst comes to worst, I can just stare at you and you can't see me. So let's do that.
Well, shit, man.
I know. We'll wait and see if it fills out. Okay, hang on. Let me readjust my my camera so I'm as big as you. Or else it's just gonna be embarrassing. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
I can see you. Hello.
Hey! Yeah, pull up the stream and you can see me. There we go.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. Do you?
I like it.
I did it up all the way. All the way.
I like it.
All right, let's get into things. Tell us about kind of where you how you found trading and how you first developed your style.
Yeah, for me it was 2019. I want to say December that I actually found trading. As far as how I found it, man, I feel like it was pretty similar to how a lot of people would have found things. I was working, some factory job. I was, like a heavy machine operator, and for me, like going into something like that really kind of fucking sucked because of what I was doing beforehand. I was basically my own boss. I was salesman.
Right.
And,
Nice.
so when I go and I start working this blue collar job, like it would just it sucked. I was working for a lot of people that I knew, like shouldn't be yelling at me the way they were, and I was making like $120 a day, right? And at the time, it was like I was trying to make some extra money. I wanted to make a couple hundred extra bucks a month. So I was like, originally I was like, man, I need to get a second job, right? And I just started thinking about it, and I was like, dude, if I get this fucking second job, like I'm never gonna see my fucking family. I barely saw my family as it was, I was already tired. I was working my ass off. So I started doing what most people do, and I started looking into other things. You know, I was like, I started looking into drop shipping. I even bought some course for drop shipping, and you know, I was going through that, and somewhere in that whole deal, I ran across, you know, one of those clickbait videos on YouTube where they're like, "Day trader makes, you know, $1 million," or whatever. And you know, just like anybody else, I was like, damn,
I
let me
wanna
click
do
on
that.
that. Yeah, I was like, let me click on that shit. And so I clicked on it, you know, and I just started like doing more research on this. And to be honest with you, it vibed with me a little more, and I like completely stopped paying attention to all this Amazon FBA and like drop shipping bullshit, and I started researching trading. Um, I think like February, right? It was right before COVID got real crazy. It was like in February, I got some kind of eye condition, which I can't we never really found out what it was. I still deal with it to this day, and the only thing that I can really think of was, you know, I might have got some chemical. I worked in a chemical plant. I might have got some
Oh shit.
chemical in my eye or something like that. And I started having some real big problems with my eye, and so from February to May, I was actually completely blind in my left eye,
No
and
way.
so I had to go on, like, you know, was it disability or medical leave or something like that, to file for FMLA and all this. And so, you know, during this time, look, I don't know, you know, when you have never been through something like this, it just sounds like a shitty situation. But let me tell you, when you lose vision in your fucking eye,
Bro.
and that is like your dominant eye, man, I was so fucking depressed,
Yeah, man.
and you know, I'm thinking, and I'm just like, man, I'm not gonna be able to work this job. I start stressing. You know, I'm the breadwinner for my family. You know what I mean? Like, we have
Right.
2 kids, so um, so I started diving deep into this trading shit. You know, I'm a huge gamer. I have like this big guild on World of Warcraft and stuff like that. And dude, for like months and months straight, I just sat on a channel by my own, and I started just, you know, digging into these videos on YouTube. I was finding, you know, like warrior trading and humble trader, live trader, all these kind of videos, right? And
Right.
somewhere along the way, I found a community that was called Royalty Trading. It was
Okay.
led by Trading King Eric, um, and you know, so that was like my very first mentor. You know what I mean? Fast forward, come May, we've been studying trading now for a couple months. Hadn't traded at all yet. You know, dicked around with platforms and stuff like that, paper
Right.
trading, but hadn't really traded at all yet. Yeah, shout out TKE. Definitely learned a lot from him. Um, so May came around, and you know, my FMLA don't last forever. You know, you know,
Right. Right.
and so it started running out, and I had to go back to work. You know, I basically begged these people to let me come back. I was like, look, you know, I can do it with one eye. That's not OSHA. You know, it's not. OSHA
So,
probably wouldn't have been happy about it, but
did they let you go
um,
because you're half blind?
no. So check it. I go back, right, and the
Yeah.
first week that I get back, they pull all of us into this like big area in the shop, and they announced that they're closing down the warehouse due to COVID, because we did a lot of work for like aerospace and shit like that. And it was really emotional. You know, there was like a lot of older people that had been there for like 20 years. They were about to retire and stuff like that. People are fucking crying and
Right.
stuff. And and I felt really bad, but I was sitting here and I don't know, I really didn't feel too worried for some reason. You know, I was just kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, shit, maybe I can, maybe this is happening for a reason. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Just going
maybe
through
this
the
is my,
options.
yeah, I was like, maybe this is my chance, you know?
Right. Right.
So they, you know, they ended up giving me my date, and they're like, hey, you have till August 31st, right? That was my date. So pretty much it was like the day after they told me that they were closing the warehouse, I started trading, you know, real small. I think I started with like $3,000 or something. I had 3 grand, I threw it in there. And to be honest with you, I never had any like crazy situation where I took a big loss or had a big win. I found out real quick that I was a scalper. I found out real
Right.
quick that, you know, like kind of who I was as a trader, you know what I mean? And I was like pretty honest with myself. And so I did that. I traded from May through you know, July. Found some consistency. I was green all 3 months. I actually made enough to would have covered my bills, and it started clicking these things in my head, and it was like, holy shit, you know, like maybe I can do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
maybe I can just trade for a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I had people like TKE and Richie, and you know, seeing these people that you talk to every day post like 100K gains and stuff like that. I mean, that did a lot for me in my head as far as like motivation, because I'm seeing all these numbers. I'm like, you know, you start thinking like, what could I do with that money? And like,
Yeah.
man, I would never have to work again, and this and that, right?
Right. You
And
start to see what's possible.
right. And so I, you know, ironically in this time where I'm trading, my eye actually started getting a little bit better,
Oh shit.
and I regained vision on my left eye. And so August comes around, you know, and at this point I had been trading pretty actively for, you know, like 3 or 4 months, and they offered me to stay a little longer. Right? They're giving
Right.
us a severance, right? So they're giving us a severance, and you know, it was like some package deal. You know, they cut you a check or whatever the fuck when you leave. And they're like, hey, if you stay a couple more months, we'll cut you a bigger check, basically, right?
Okay.
Well, the catch
Was this a
because
good
I was
company, or was it they were kind of shisty?
the company itself, I'd say, is good company.
Okay.
The you know the this little warehouse, you know, I don't think by law I can say too much about,
No.
but
You're good. You're good.
but you know, it was like not really the ideal place to be by any means. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, so you know, they offered me to stay for a couple more months, and you know, now I'm dealing with this thing where it's like, you know, I have this extra guaranteed income for 2 months, or
Right.
I continue on with the plan A, which was leave
Mm-hmm.
and just throw myself into trading October 31st, or excuse me, August 31st. You know, I talked to Herb about it, and I talked to a few other people about it, and I turned them down, dude. I
Wow.
said, fuck it. There was a lot of controversy as far as like regarding my family.
Right.
Uh, you know, and I just told him, I was like, I just had in my head, I was like, look, you know, from the very beginning that I had found trading, I don't know what it was, man, but I just knew it was for me. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved everything about it. And it wasn't like an addiction type thing. It was more like, it just felt, I was so passionate about it, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean,
Just want to learn
I
more and more and
I
more.
put right. I put so much in, you know. I mean, my schedule was like wake up 6, 7 o'clock, trade till like 12, hang out with the family, eat until like 1 p.m. I had to be at work at 2. I'd get home around 10:30, 11, study my trades for the night, go to bed. You know, repeat, and I did that for months. And you know, the catch was if I stayed, I would have to work the first shift instead of the second, so I wouldn't be able to trade.
Right.
So I said, fuck it, dude, and I turned him down. And so August 31st came. And in the
And
course of all this happening, right,
right.
I sold my car.
Okay.
I pulled all the money out of my 401k through that COVID shit, right? There was like no penalty. You pull your 401k out, right?
Yeah.
Which wasn't a lot because honestly, I'd only worked there for like 2 years, right?
Okay.
But it was like a couple grand. So between like me selling my car, selling my camera because I couldn't use it anymore, I had a badass camera,
Damn.
and like pulling the 401k, like I just threw it all in my trading account. Dude, I didn't even have a fucking car. I was driving my wife's car for, I mean,
Shit.
like for real. I didn't even have a car. I was driving my wife's
Wow.
car for like a year. Um, well, by the time I left, that put me at like 26 grand. So I was right above PDT, right?
Okay.
And in my head, you know, it was like, so many people told me like once you get over PDT, it's so much easier. It's so much easier, right? Grain of salt. I hope everybody doesn't take that and think it is just stupid easy.
Yeah. Of course.
But there definitely were a lot more opportunities open, and I was just, you know, had in my head like, damn, if I could just get over PDT and, you know, be able to, you know, scout multiple times a day, take advantage of all the moves, etc., I'd be fine. Because here's the thing, right? You have to keep in mind, I was making 120 bucks a day, like,
Right.
you know, 120 bucks a day now. You know, now fast forward, really, we can make that in less half a trade. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah. For sure.
But I was working my ass off, bro. Like I
Yeah,
was
man.
sweating balls on this fucking machine that was like 90 degrees Celsius, big ass rollers. It was hot
Right.
for 8 to 10 hours a day. I mean, I had to work like 3, 4 months overtime just to get my wife's engagement, right?
Wow.
So in my head, I was like, if I can make more than what I make at my job in a day, 120 bucks, 130 bucks, I'm good. So when I
Right.
left, that was the goal, right?
That's crazy.
And so that's pretty much like how I got into it and like where we started getting into. Now, you know, we're around October last year, and you know, I'll be honest with you guys, when I left my job and went full time, I definitely hit this kind of emotional wall because everything changed. It was like, now I need to make money. You know what I mean? I went from having that stability to going into something that I knew I was gonna be good at and I was very passionate about, but it was like that doubt was still in the back of my head, and a lot of it was that there were a lot of people that there was a lot of pressure on me, bro. Like I
Yeah,
kind
man.
of feel like I told too many people, you know, and there was a lot of pressure on me, man. And so from September to November, I'm gonna be honest, I was like I didn't lose money, right? But I
Right.
really didn't make a whole lot of money, you know,
Okay.
you know, once November came around, I pretty much used that whole month to like start tracking statistics. December came around, and so when December came around, you have to think. So I left my job. I put everything in the trading account, like 26K
Yep.
in the trading account. I had maybe like 5K for bills, which,
Right.
you know, even though cost of living out here is low, that really wasn't. I mean, I calculated out. I had till about January, February that I like.
Right.
If
Last
I
like
didn't
couple
start making
months.
money, January, February, I had to go get a job, right?
Right. Right.
And you know, December came around. Uh, all love to my wife. I know that she's listening to this right now in the other room. All love to my wife. She's like my biggest supporter and stuff. But it got to that point where, as you know, my wife, she had to address it, and she was like, "Look, you know, I don't think that trading is doing what you thought it was gonna do.
Right.
It might be time that you start looking for a job."
Right.
And I'll be
Man,
honest with you,
that's
something
stressful, dude.
about that fucking fueled me, man.
Yeah.
It fucking fueled the fire, and it was like the only way I knew how to explain it was just
It's like that desperation, like adrenaline, kind of kicks in.
dude, I was backed up against the wall.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
was. I was backed up against the wall. I put myself in the oddest situation, and to be honest with you guys, it was like I had this image in my head and I had this dream in my head, and I wanted it so bad that I mean so bad, bro. And I felt like it was just around the corner. Um so I fought for that dream, bro. And if you guys have that dream, you have to fight for that. You can't let anybody. It doesn't matter who they are, bro.
Right.
Who they are. You got to fight for that dream. You got to hold on to it.
Right.
And that's what I did. And to be honest with you guys, I've always been kind of that guy who would start something, and then right before I reached that point, I would quit. And so
Right.
when I started trading, I told myself, I was like, no matter what fucking happens, I'm not gonna quit. I'm
Right.
not quitting this time. I told myself that from the fucking beginning. I think it was like, I don't know. I want to say April, maybe April 2020. I told myself, if I start this, I'm going through with it. I'm not quitting. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It got real close. I remember calling Herv, like when me and him first became friends. I was like, look, think about quitting. You know what I mean? And that boy picked me up, and KG. When I met KG, man, that motherfucker picked me up, and Mikey too. And God bless them, because the success really was right on the other side of that.
Wow.
And so after that point in time where I was backed against the wall, I started realizing that I really wasn't giving it everything I had, 100. I really wasn't, bro.
Right.
I was too worried about making money. I was too worried about losing money, right?
Right.
And I wasn't giving it everything I had because of that, right? And so from that point on, I told myself, I was like, look, I got to give it my all. And you know, I tell a lot of people, don't let a plan B take away from plan A,
Yeah.
right? So, but I knew in the back of my head, like, if this fails, fuck it, I can go back to find some stupid job and I can figure something else out, right? I knew I had that in the back of my head, but I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna give it my all. And so in December, you know, I mean, shit, dude, I just took what I had been like studying, took what I had been tracking. At this point, I had pretty much weaned out everything that really wasn't working for me, and you know, held on to what was, and I just went for the base hits, dude. I wasn't going for any like major crazy wins. And December, I don't know if you guys remember, but December was that point in time in the year where the market really kind of started getting sexy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like it started to get kind of sexy. And you know, with the help of KG and Herv, this ended up being my month for December. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane, dude.
Right.
And so it's amazing, you know, what'll happen. You can pull that up on stream. I don't care. I'm trying to inspire some people right now. It's
Yeah.
amazing, like what happens when you start believing in yourself, right? And it was like, dude, the consistency was there, so I just started slowly pedaling in. And the end of December, dude, I ended the month 17 fucking K.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I was making like 39 a year after taxes. So when I made this, bro, it was like something clicked. You know,
Oh yeah, dude.
it was like something
Fuck
just
yeah.
clicked in my head, and I was like, okay. And like I sat down, I formed what was like a mastermind group, right? So I had Herv, KG, Mikey, and I had Zin, and I had a bunch of other people in this group, and I called it my mastermind group, right? And it was just these traders that I knew that I could like bounce ideas off of, and we could like create different strategies and shit. And we were talking about it, and I was like, look, the market's fucking hot right now. What I'm doing is working. I'm gonna keep sizing into it. My account was growing. I was just sizing into the plays because here's the thing, right? It was like I'm not swinging and I'm not
Yeah.
holding things long throughout the day, so I'm not really exposing myself to a bunch of random bullshit happening in the market, right? So I could just get in on these great scalps and get in with size and take the meat, right?
Right.
And this was also this point in time where like sympathies were fucking working. I mean, we were seeing sympathy plays go 100%, like sector sims go 100% and stuff like that. Like I remember APWC, I think it was. Man, that was a big win for me. So, it was mid-month December in that month where like I had that convo with my wife, and then I made 17K, and that was like, dude, almost half my fucking salary. Obviously, this is pre-tax, but
Yeah, man.
so going into January, dude, I was like, I just, I had at that point, I was like believing in myself. I was like, dude, fuck it, we're gonna send it. And I told myself, and I told my family. I remember telling them this, and I remember people look at me like I was crazy. The only people that knew were my uncle, my wife, and my in-laws. My mom didn't even find out that I was making money until like 2 days ago, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So you do
Uh,
what?
yeah. I will talk about that a little bit, but
For sure.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna make 50K in January, and
Right.
by fucking God, dude, I fucking made it.
No, you didn't. Let's
I made
go.
I made 50.8K in January. Let's do
Let's
that.
look something quick here.
And so at this point, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the head was getting a little bit big. You know what I mean? Not like, all right. So when I say my head was getting big, I mean like trading wise, like where I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm like taking some size on some shit relative to my account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like I'm being an asshole to people, but so we're going to the end of January. Things are still just crazy. Things are just still hot as shit. And I had like a really nice system going, and I was like, dude, February 100K. I'll make 100K in February. And at this point, my best friend Herv had just went full time. Like we got him to quit his job. He quit his job like January 13th or something like that. And so he's with me. We're trading in voice now. This is like when we started trading in voice. It was like me, KG, Herv, Zen came in along the way somewhere, Mikey, and we just had this fire ass group together of people, and we were just like, if I didn't catch something, Herv caught it. If Herv didn't catch something, KG had it. If KG didn't have it, Mikey had it, and we were fucking just nailing shit, bro, left and right. And February came around, and we smashed the goal, man. We absolutely smashed it, and I closed my biggest month still to this day was February, and I think that was probably for a lot of people, right?
Right.
And so in February, after February and making 192K for the month of February,
Holy
um,
shit.
I probably started doing what a lot of people would do, a lot of like newer people like would probably do is like, hey, maybe I should go buy a house, or maybe you know what I mean? Like
Right.
if I do this a couple more times, I can do this and that. And KG kind of pushed me back a bit and was like, hey, this is not a regular market. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean?
Right.
March came around. That's when I found out my son had cancer. And, we closed 40 in March, and things started slowing down. I think March ended my green streak, I believe. I was like green for like 60 days straight. March ended that. I had more red days in March than any month up till that time.
Wow.
And things kind of slowed down, and as those things kind of slowed down, so did I. I started pedaling out of the size. So April was my worst month of the year, I think. 16, June 33, July 18, August 16, September another 16, and we're sitting a little under 10 right now for October.
Gotcha.
But so the beauty of it though was that when you go full time, the big worry is like, am I going to be able to do this for a long time, right?
Right.
Because the market's hot. Like, of course, it's easy to fucking make money in a hot market, honestly. It's like you could have bought any fucking dip and made money. You know, it really wasn't hard. In a hard market, in a slower market, it can be a little different. And so for me, it was like, you know, for me, March, April, June, you know, August, September, those months for me were way more important than January and February were for me. And the reason why is because I was still making money. I had to change things up. The things that were working for me in January, February weren't working as much. You know, sympathies kind of went away. The sector rotations kind of went away. But for me to be able to have made money March, April, June, July, August, all these months where the market has really slowed down a bit, that for me was the confidence builder as far as I'm gonna be able to do this. Is like I'm gonna be able to do this for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how confident I know that I'll be able to make money in any market. You know, so that's kind of where we're at, man. That's kind of where it started and where we're at now, and you know, a little bit of all the in betweens. You know, it didn't start out all sunshine and rainbows, and there were times in between where like I definitely, you know, botched. I remember there was a day in March where I went to see if I could short a stock.
Mhm.
And on Thinkorswim, guys, when you put in an amount, you have to hit enter for it to lock that amount in. I didn't hit enter. And I went to see if I could short this stock, and I shorted a $115 stock with like 5,000 shares, and it had like a dollar spread or something like that,
Right.
and it was mid breakout.
Oh my
I took a John. That was like my biggest loss ever, dude. I
Holy
like
shit.
like instant. I knew that I had messed up, so it was like I just cut it immediately. But like so, you
Yeah.
know, I had shit days in between.
Right.
And you know, there was that period of time where you know I had all those emotions from going full time really eating at me, but you know, I'm happy where I'm at, and it's been quite the journey so far, man. It's been
Wow.
quite the journey. In the
That's
beginning,
crazy.
we were only doing longs. Now we're shorting a lot of shit, and you know, I think that, in my personal opinion, that's where a lot of the edge has been that I've seen. A lot of the let me say a lot of the follow through. I'm not gonna say a lot of the edge. A lot of the follow through. A lot of the better follow through that I've seen has definitely been on the short side lately.
Right.
For me personally, since it's not what I was doing in months that you know. I would honestly say sympathy plays is my
That's your
pie. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you know, so I'm not taking like the short plays with huge size or anything like that yet because I'm kind of becoming a monster. But that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. It's been a crazy journey.
That's crazy, dude.
You know, from being blind in one eye to leaving this job that was my family stability, literally on a whim. I mean, I had guys, I didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
Like I've had a lot of money in the past, you know what I mean? But
I'm
at
the
this
same
point,
way, dude.
you know what? Yeah, like I didn't have a lot of money, bro, and I just, you know, honestly, if I look back at this when I'm like a grown ass man, I'll probably be like, damn, I was really childish to have sold my car, pulled my 401k, sold pretty much everything of value that I had, and then put it into this fucking dream. But at the same time, I mean, it wouldn't have worked any other way. Everything that I did, every opportunity that the universe opened up to me, I feel like I took full advantage of, and it all just kind of played out. You know, even up until this point with real ones. You know,
Yeah.
I remember calling Herv and being like, you know, and calling Mikey and being like, look, you know, there's times in your life when you just don't question what's happening, right? Like you feel it and you feel like you need to do something. You I mean, obviously, if there's some grain of salt here, but like you just got to go with it. You just have to go with the flow, and that's kind of what I've been doing, man. And thus far, it has been great to me. You know, it's been real great to me, and so that's the story so
That's
far,
awesome,
man.
bro. That's so cool. You know what's super weird though is we have a couple like very specific things in common.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
yeah. I used to work in a warehouse. It was
Okay.
it was a lot shittier than. I mean, I don't know because you didn't say much about the warehouse, but mine was crazy, bro. They had like cameras like everywhere, dude, and to sign in and out,
Yeah.
we had to take a selfie of ourselves to sign
What
in.
the fuck?
Yeah, bro, and it would take a picture of our face, the background, and it would track our location as well and send all of that information to the manager, even though it was the same warehouse we were coming to every day. It was super
What the
fun.
hell?
Every time we switched a job, which we do like maybe some days we do like 16 different jobs. So that's 16 selfies. Every time we went in and out of break, and lunch we do the selfie thing again. It was crazy. We were sending like 25 pictures of ourselves a day. It was wild. So
that is wild, dude.
yeah, man. So I had that kind of warehouse experience as well, and then I became deaf. I was deaf. So it's
What?
Yeah, it's super weird, dude. You're like, yeah, I went blind. I'm like, bro, I was in warehouse. I went deaf. That's crazy.
No way.
Yeah. So mine wasn't related to the warehouse though. I had like 2 ear infections at the same time, and then one just got really bad, and I ruptured my eardrum. And
Oh, wow.
I was deaf for like 2 months. It was crazy, dude. And same with
Yeah, that's
you,
not a
like,
good feeling.
No, my whole personality changed, man. Like I was super.
Yeah.
I was super pissed
Bro.
off all the fucking
Bro,
time.
all the fucking
I
bro,
was
people
so
did not like
fucking
me,
mad.
man.
Yeah, man.
But it was so easy to be pissed off because
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know. Everybody goes through that. Why does this happen to me? Kind of
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah.
Or why did, or not even that, but like, why did this have to happen?
Right.
But you know what, dude? If those things hadn't have happened, I wouldn't even be here right now. So it's like, yeah, it sucks that I have to wear scleral lenses and swap them out 4 times a day because they fog up, and like I have to take all kinds of fucking eye drops. I like have some here, but like I have,
Right.
dude, I have a cabinet full of eye drops. But like, I would not even be right here speaking to you if those things didn't happen. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
hear you, man. 100%.
I could probably go without my kid getting cancer, but
Oh, fuck.
we're gonna get through it. And
Yeah.
aside from that, I think that everything really did happen how it was supposed to happen. You know
think
what
so
I mean?
too. Yeah.
And
That's
a lot of that, you know, I'm just glad I was able to see the opportunities for what it was and just full on trust. I'm not gonna say like I just trusted my ability, but trusted the journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Trusted the
yeah.
process.
Mhm.
I know that, like, I see a lot of people that are like, they want to make big gains and stuff like that, and fuck me, I did too, But for me, it was like, I just wanted I always just wanted the consistency, because I tell people it's like, if you go get a haircut and the guy, man, that guy fades you up clean as shit the first time, and then you go the second time and dude pushes your hairline back to the back of your head, you're never going back to that guy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta have consistency, bro, in
100%.
everything that you do. If you make a steak one time, it's bomb, and then you have another party and the steak tastes like shit. Nobody's coming to your fucking cookout. You know what I mean? So it's
That's
like,
it. That's it.
for me, it was what's up, man? Let's
Yeah, yeah.
hit me with them.
So let's go into a little bit of trading specifics now. Super dope story, super inspirational. I feel like I can relate a little bit, not entirely, but that's awesome, dude. And I hope you guys were listening to that. That's a great story. Let's talk about how long it took you to find consistency, because it sounds like it didn't take you that long. And
No, I didn't.
so tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, people actually don't really believe me. Because for a lot of people, it takes some people years to
Yeah,
find
man.
consistency.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And what do you think caused that? Like, was it that desperation, that drive that you had?
I mean, you also have to think though, before I even started trading, I mean, I put hundreds of hours of studying in. And I feel like a lot of it was that I was studying the right shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people spend time studying the wrong shit.
Right.
Obviously there's multiple ways to make money in the market, yeah. But like for me, it was price action, like volume, the tape, level 2, just everything in general, right? Price action as a whole.
Mhm.
The technicals, right? You know what I mean? And basically that was pretty much it. Like studying all that, and then the psychology revolved around the whole thing, right? So like
Right.
why people are doing things where they're doing them, studying both sides, so like why shorts are getting short where they are, why they're covering where they are, stuff like that. And kind of treating the whole thing as like a video game
Right.
in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. 100%.
You know?
I agree with that.
I'm a huge gamer, bro,
Me
and I feel
too.
like a lot of the people that are really successful
Yeah.
probably, had some similar background. Maybe not in gaming, but even like coming from where I came from, like having that street smarts too. I mean,
Yeah, man. Yeah. Being in that warehouse, bro. It's like,
mhm.
right? You learn so much there.
And I think the other thing for me was like I realized very fast what kind of trader I was gonna be. I
Right.
knew that because I don't remember who it was. I just remember hearing it somewhere like you have to figure out what kind of trader you're gonna be. You can't
Yep.
keep.
Yep.
I'm 27, bro. You can't like keep jumping around and being like, oh, I'm gonna be a swing trader, or oh, I'm gonna be a position trader, hold for longer day trades, or oh, I'm gonna trade, this and that. I was a scalper.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, I was a scalper. I knew I was a scalper, so I focused on that straight momentum trading. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, I always tell people like I needed volume, I need a catalyst, I need range, and if I have those three things, I can make money, dude. I
Right.
can make money. And once it has the move and you know it puts in that backside, I just leave it alone and I'll revisit it if it shows me that it wants to maybe make another move, right? But I never really like one of my biggest rules. I have my notebook somewhere. I'll probably pull it out here in a second. One of my biggest rules was not to buy dips on the backside, like not try and scalp the backside, not try and fight it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But yeah, so to be honest with you, I've only had one red month, and that was the first month of me going full time, right?
Okay.
And I lost $2. So yeah, yeah,
Damn.
I lost like $2. It was like
Right.
$2 or something like that.
Right.
So, um, I mean, it's crazy. Even saying it, it just sounds crazy, especially knowing that it took people literally years to find their consistency, right?
Right.
But I found something that I was good at, and I found it was basically what I had been studying the whole time, and I just fucking stuck to it. You know what I mean? And the only time that I ever did anything differently was really when I started shorting, and when I really started getting into the sympathy plays and like the sector rotations that were very, very uh, hot back in February.
Okay.
And when I say sector rotations, guys, I'm talking like, where we had like the Chinas, and then we'd rotate into like the meme names, and then we'd rotate into like Oilers, and it was like every day we got a rotation into every single one of these sectors, and it was just so easy for me to make money like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the classic, oh, we have a 500% runner, and then going in. What a lot of people do is they go on FinViz and they just go down the list. What I was taught to do and what we found had better results was going and seeing which names actually ran together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so over time, it just became a lot easier because it was like I know all the names now. Like you could shoot a sector out at me, and I could probably spit all the fucking names in that sector out at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it was like when I saw one pop, and we were in such a slappers market, I literally just go add all the other names, before anybody, and it was just the easiest fucking money. And then I would trade the momentum on the main name as well.
Okay.
Once it started getting kind of extended, I would leave it alone. But for the most part, man, I've always had that consistency. I mean, I've always maintained a very high win rate, very low amount of red days in the year. I think the last few months, I've probably had more red days than any other months in my career aside from March. And I think that's directly related to trying out new things. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because I have been shorting, which you know,
Do you prefer
I
shorting?
tell bro, I'm gonna be honest with you.
From like a money-making standpoint, not that we want to short these companies, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, man, we could church it up as much as we want. There's always gonna be
Right.
someone that gets offended.
I
But
know. I know.
I do.
Okay.
I honestly do, and the reason why is because for me, I don't know why, but for me, I have a lot more conviction on the short side. It's a lot easier for me to let things work.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot better at it long because for the beginning of my career, I was taking these plays, then like on the first pop, I'd be like, I'd cut it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, take my money and I'd fucking run, which is fine.
Yeah.
But as far as milking the cow per se, like you're really missing out on a lot, And so
Right.
now I let a lot of my shares ride. What I started doing when I try to let shares ride is I would scale a big chunk and let small ride, and now I try and do the inverse where it's like I will scale small and then get bigger scales as we go up, right? But on the short side, it's so much easier for me to let some of these play out. It can be tricky though. I mean, I definitely I haven't blown up, but I've definitely gotten squeezed before, right? Once, twice now actually. I got back last month once, but the risk management, everything, as long as it's there, you're good. I have a pretty strict set of rules, short, just like I do long. I definitely prefer it though. My conviction's a lot stronger on the short side. I feel a lot more comfortable on the
Okay.
short side. I don't know why that is,
And do you think
but
it's because the current market conditions, or do you think it's kind of always been like that and you've just been discovering it now?
I think it has a lot. I think it has a lot to do with the current market conditions. But to be
sure.
honest with you, like even since I started, I always wanted to short because I was
Okay.
watching people like Steven Ducks and like all these other people that were shorting, and it just seemed so cool to me. know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But shorting's not as readily available as going long. You know, not a lot of brokers have the shares to short a lot of the companies
Right.
that we play.
Right.
So I told myself, I was like, I don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You know, I wanted to master what it was I was doing, and I focused real deep on that. And you know, once I had the money to open a couple different accounts, which, you know, I opened an account with TradeZero, I opened an account with Centerpoint. Originally, the TradeZero account wasn't for shorting. That's when I started getting into shorting, right? Because I was like, dude, this market, we were just seeing big ass knives, lots of trappy action, you know, pop and drops, lack of follow through on the long side. And when I started paying attention to what these plays are doing, I was like, wow, we are getting a lot of follow through on the backside.
Right.
A lot of the patterns that you would see work on a long side, it was like the same patterns had just been flipped short, and they were all working on the short side. Don't get me wrong, we still get a lot of nice long plays.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But
VYGR
you
was
know,
one.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great play. I have the trade actually. We can
Yeah, we
share.
should recap that for sure.
Yeah, but you know, now I feel like we're gonna transfer into this market where it's like, we're gonna get really nice moves on both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much for a majority of our plays, you're starting to see a lot of things hold up multi-day, like VYGR, like Paul. You know, and for the last couple, I want to say the last 2 months, we had a lot of like just zombie play action where these plays would just come back to life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ader being a huge example. For some reason I want to say KPLT, but I don't know, man. I'm ready for the next theme for sure. You know, I think the hottest theme we had recently is probably the software app theme, like that SaaS shit and stuff like that. But
Right.
I like shorting. I don't know, man. I can't say which one I like better. I think for just like plays, I'm gonna go short. But once sympathies come back around, dude, I mean that's my bread and butter. So that's definitely gonna be where I'm going to
Gotcha.
put more of my focus at.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I have a lot of short plays too saved.
Let's go over, if you want to share your screen on some charts, let's go over some charting, how you like to chart, your indicators, and maybe you can run through a couple plays that you took this week. If you're game for that.
Yeah, let me open. Hold on, I have to turn on my battle station 1 sec.
Oh, shit.
I have a lot of monitors, guys. I keep it simple, man. I don't have like a whole fuckload of indicators, to be honest with you guys.
Got you. Someone is asking, can you ask Diz what his IO is? I'm not sure what that's referring to.
My IO?
Raider IO score, please? What does that mean?
Dude, I haven't played. Oh, okay.
What is
What's up, Dad Bod? We got some Dad Bod members in here.
Okay.
I think that's what that is.
Okay.
I don't play WoW anymore, so my IO is like non-existent. Oh wow, VYGR closed the eyes. I just noticed that.
I just want to remind the
Trader
chat that
stream.
we're not going to take specific ticker requests today. We're just talking about trading strategies and going over that today. Alrighty.
Guys, this is my setup.
Okay, let me see.
Let me know when you have it up.
Yeah, I got it.
This is my setup. Now this monitor didn't turn on. You guys won't be able to see it anyway. I think it's really important that you guys don't tunnel trade. For me personally, I always have a 1 minute, a 5 minute, and a daily up. Those are my most used charts. I will occasionally swap over to look at, 1 hour, 4 hours, stuff like that. Even 15 minute if I want to get like broader levels and mark them very quickly. 1 sec. The 1 hour and the 4 hour are very significant because you can actually see pre and post market hours, whereas on the daily, you can't. So if you might be missing levels on some plays. So in the morning, let's say I see something that has potential to really go long, that's when I will pull up the 1 hour and the 4 hour. But for the most part, 1 minute, I have the 5 down here on the right, and then I have my dailies on actually a completely different screen, right?
Right.
As far as indicators go, like I said, I keep it simple. I think probably one of the most important indicators for me is obviously VWAP. I do have the 8 EMA, the 20 EMA, the 50, and the 200. I don't find myself really using the 50 and the 200 on the 1 minute, and none of these indicators are an indicator, like an indication to buy at any given time. They're just there. Like there are scalps you can take on like 1 minute flags, like you can see right here on VYGR. We did play this, and we did play this here. VYGR we played this week. It was actually an idea that was thrown out by Tony Tones on this like 1 minute, you know, some people call it a flag, some people call it a coil, whatever you want to call it. And we bought in here in pre-market. Full disclosure, I fucking cut the trade in this area. I was able to get back in here, and then I switched over my TZ account and scalped this move up, right?
Okay.
And after that, I left it alone.
Right.
I didn't do a whole lot of trading on Friday. I felt like my execution was a little off. You know, we tried to go for CCXI, and I got chopped up in this little area looking for the 5 minute setup. But as far as back to the setup, level 2 is here. My time and sales is here. This is my order windows. I really only like click on these, right? I use hotkeys to buy and sell. On the daily, a little minor changes. I add the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA. I think this is important. I think it's important because these are significant levels. Anything that is going to be respected should probably be on your chart. You know what I mean? Anything that could be potentially respected as support or resistance should 100% be on your chart. A great example would be, was it SPY? No, maybe it was, I can't remember what it was. We had a really nice 200 bounce on one of these large caps. Can't remember 100% what it was. But yeah, the 200 and the 50, we keep those on the daily. As far as the 5 minute, it's basically the same thing as the 1 minute. The 8, the 20, the 50, and the 200. Like I said, the 50 and the 200 are just kind of there. It's down here. This is probably one of my favorite. Like I said, also not an indicator to buy, but I have my volume average, right? And I have it set to 10. So a volume average of 10. The reason why I have this, right? The reason why I have this is because it allows me to very quickly look down and just kind of like subconsciously see that we are in a lower volume pullback. You know what I mean?
Right.
So something like this, you see this little 1 minute flag here, right? If I was to just be glancing through this, I'm like, damn, that's we could be setting up a nice flag off the 8 here. I can quickly look down and see that yes, this is a low volume pullback, right?
Right.
So I have this set to 10 intraday, 5 minute, and 1 minute. I also have it on my daily, and on the daily I have it set to 50. So for whoever cares, like I said, these are for me not like big indicators to buy. The biggest what I tell people is I use my indicators, I use my technicals for the idea, and I confirm it with the price action, right?
Right.
So if I was going for this flag, and it just fucking broke out the flag, I would immediately stop out, right? But I like the volume profile and something like that's very nice. We pretty much the same thing over here. This was this was like so beautiful, man. Nice high volume push up, followed by nice volume divergence down, really low volume pullback, and the push back up, right? So you see what I'm saying? It's really easy to look at the volume average and just quickly subconsciously see like, hey, low volume pullback. And then maybe, like I said, from a scalper's mentality, playing momentum, being like, okay, we can look for a flag. I figured it would be off the 20 because I didn't really respect the 8 in this area. And then I think that this actually ended up being a really nice 5 minute flag too. So if you go to the 5 minute and look at these, both bouncing off the 8, and the same thing on the 5 minute. Nice low volume here. You know what I mean? On both.
Right.
So it's just easy for those kind of setups to be able to tell. And that's for people that are playing momentum. You know what I mean?
So that brings me to one of my questions. How do you know when something is a dip buy compared to actually turning around and changing the direction of the trade?
Right. So VYGR is probably not your typical, like, we probably would have got something more pullback here.
Gotcha.
But for me, once something starts getting extended, that's kind of when I leave it alone. Like if I'm trading the momentum on something, I'm looking for the first, second pullbacks to really scalp long. And then I'm trying to think if there's a really good example on Friday. We actually had a really bullish day Friday. But if I see something, okay, here we go. if I see something like really start extending away from the 5-minute 8 EMA, that's kind of what I use as my guide for extension, right?
Okay.
I use the 8 EMAs on the 1 and the 5, right? So if it's extending away from you know, the 8 EMA on the 5, that's kind of when I'll just leave it alone. I won't really look for a dip. Like if I see something like is extended and starts looking toppy, I completely let it reset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
As
yeah.
far as on the front side of things, I'm not even looking for a dip unless it had strong volume on the leg, right?
Okay.
And on I didn't even. I don't think. I can't really remember if I played this. If I did, I don't know if I played it long. I kind of just saw this on my charts. This was I was seeing it moving with DATs or something like that. I wonder if I could find a really good example. There really wasn't something that maybe CI. Right. I'm sure we could. When we go over the short plays, I'm sure we could find some good examples because I have a
Yeah.
lot of these. I have a lot of these saved up in here. Like I literally have a fucking folder full of these bitches. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, but for me, man, it's like for me, it's there's obviously always multiple like scenarios of something that can happen in any stock. So in the beginning, like when I'm making a plan around any kind of trade, like if I see a level that something could like possibly bounce off of, or if I see like something that could be a flag, or if I'm looking for a pull, I'm always looking for it to come to a certain level, and
Mhm.
then maybe hold that level. You know what I mean?
Right.
For me, I'm not really the type of person that like adds and then ads and then ads and
Yeah.
ads. You know what I mean? I always have an idea. If I am scaling into a trade, I always have the idea of like where I'm going to start adding, where I'm
Mhm.
going to add again, and where I'm going to stop adding. You know, and then
Okay.
like where my risk is going to be at. You know what I mean? I feel like we had a good example on Thursday. I'll be honest, I can't really remember what ticker it was. Somebody in chat probably knows. We went over a lot of this in after hours chat.
Yeah, yeah.
But me personally, you know, if the stock is getting extended, a lot of people compare it to like a marathon runner. Like you have to have some kind of break. Like you can't just run fucking forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's going to be some kind of pullback, and that's why I have the EMAs. I think the 5 is a little more significant as far as judging extension than the 1 minute is, because it's pretty easy to pull away from the the 1 minute EMAs in the short term. But when you
Right.
start looking at like a 5-minute chart, um, see. This thing respected this all day, right? I mean, I don't know. As far as finding it, that's a 15. But as far as finding something is like, I wonder if I can find something in my charts. Give me a sec. I want to find a good example and actually talk about it. I don't want to just sit here and bullshit with like Friday's setups.
No, yeah, no worries.
And a lot of it comes into like there is I feel like there's always a tide turn on names where it's like there's a certain point in time where a stock is just no longer bullish, right? And if I see something like that happen, I'm definitely not looking for a dip buy anymore.
Right.
So for example, like this, right? We have a nice kind of wedge setup going on. We have our bottom trend line. Uh, you know, I would like if I was looking to get long, it'd be as close as possible to this trend line, right?
Mhm.
As soon as that trend line breaks, it's no longer, in my opinion, looking for a dip. The tide has turned. It's a short play at that point.
Right.
I would have to recover for me to even consider long, right? But at this point, the tide has turned, right?
Yeah.
People might try and get long at VWAP, but there's a lot of pressure here on this down break. We had a nice bear flag follow through. When I see something like this, I'm not looking for a buy anymore. Typically, I don't even buy a lot of shit under VWAP, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
Um,
Is there?
I like to see that volume leg, and then I look to get a meat of the move. I look to join the move, right? So first 2 pullbacks. If it starts getting extended on the 5, we can wait for it to reset on the 5-minute, give us a nice 5-minute pullback, and then get long there. But on something like this, there's always a tide turn. There's always levels that are very important. That if it cracks below, in my opinion, it's no longer a dip buy. It's just a tide turn, maybe flip short. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wish there was a better example for me to give you on Friday. Friday was actually
No,
a
no,
really
that's
bullish
fine.
day.
Is there a way to see or to like assume that there's short selling in a play as opposed to profit taking?
Um,
Can you see that visually, or is that tough?
I mean, it's all selling, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see it visually? For for me, it's more of like a mental thing, you know, because I short stuff. So it's like, if I see something, I want you guys to look at this, right? A lot of these are very similar. You know, you start looking at some of these dailies, and a lot of them are like pop and drop. You know what I mean? Let me. Why is this not moving? A lot of them are like really pop and drop. So if we have a play, right,
Mm-hmm.
and the daily is looking, like, let me find a really good one. If the daily's looking like something like this,
Right.
you can bet your fucking dick that there's gonna be a lot of shorts looking to get in on any kind of this resistance near 10, any
Right.
kind of major pops. You know what I mean? Let's say
Yep.
200 SMA was up here. There's gonna be shorts there. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as can you see them coming in? I'm gonna be honest. What I look for personally is the big exchanges. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like those high volume candles coming in up top, like real big stuffs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking for, right?
Okay.
And so that's the difference. Is like if you see that nice low volume pullback on the fives, like CCXI gave you quite a few. You know what I mean? If you see these nice low volume pullbacks on the five,
Mm-hmm.
more than likely, I mean that's a bullish thing. When you're getting
Yeah.
these nice low volume pullbacks, that's a bullish thing. When you see these big exchanges start coming in, then yes,
Right.
CCXI held up into the day. That is kind of also when I'm like a little more hesitant to start looking for a 5 minute setup at all, you know, because
Right.
like
Right.
we look at that volume that came in up here, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep.
And so you see it on a lot of these plays that I have played in the past too. A lot of these are charted on Trade Zero, so you can't actually. I don't have the volume average or nothing like that, but there were big exchanges that happened up here, right?
Gotcha.
When
Yep.
I see those big volume stuffs and stuff like that, I'm gonna assume a couple of things are happening, right? I'm gonna assume that people that were in originally on the move, because a lot of these are retail heavy plays, right? So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of social media driven plays. I'm gonna assume that a lot of those people that were in very early are getting out, and I'm gonna assume that a lot of shorts are starting to take their positions on these extended moves, right?
Right.
So if I was looking to get long, which I wouldn't be on these kind of plays, on this kind of backside, you know, seeing something like that on any, let's say I don't know Voyager, CCXI, and I am playing long, that's when I'm a lot more reluctant to start taking a dip. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So seeing the shorts coming in, it's more of like I feel like it's more like a feeling, it's more like an intuition, but it's more of like the psychology, like knowing, okay, maybe we're coming up on this $10 level, or maybe we're coming up on $5. Maybe there's a huge resistance here on CEI from a couple days ago. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe this thing has died for days and days, right? And is having a decent bounce now. I mean, dude, it's people. The shorts are gonna be there. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And for me, that's it. And just reading the volume as it comes in is important. I mean, look at these fucking candles, dude.
That's huge.
And so that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm looking at it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You'll hear me talk a lot in voice of like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is covering going down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
going on down here. This is a really good example. Look at that. Look at that. Nobody.
Yeah.
If you see something like this, don't fucking buy after
Buy
that.
it. Buy it. Slap
Okay.
it.
There are some case scenarios where we've seen a lot of trappy action, like we on RNAS, we played that in voice a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
and you know this was a retail driven play, but on RNAS it was like we had some really trappy action, which is like some big ass knives, right, high volume.
Right.
But it wasn't here at like big highs, you know what I mean? It was like we're having kind of a move and a knife, and having kind of move and a knife, and it's like in this range really, you know. And if you're gonna play something like that, man, just like let it knife, see if it'll consolidate a bit, buy in the consolidation, risk the bottom of that consolidation. Don't, you know, if there's any kind of follow through on it, I mean that's it. But
Got you.
me personally, I see something like this with like literally the biggest volume candle of the day, I'm not fucking touching that.
No, that's
And if I
dangerous.
am, it's gonna be short, and I'm gonna be joining on this fucking continuation. You
Right.
know what I mean?
So would you
Which
say
we did here.
when you get a huge volume like that, is that partially indicating a change in the trend?
100%.
Yeah.
A majority of the time.
Right.
Like I said, we have seen a lot of trappy action. Like look at CCXI. You know, it had these big candles and it still held up. You know, I think Voyager even had those candles and it still held up. So you know, you will see a lot of that, like right here, big stuff. I mean, that was I think biggest volume candle of the day. Yeah, it was.
Wow, that's interesting.
But if you look in the micro, right? Not obviously in the macro, because the macro it held up pretty good, really,
Yeah.
relative to the move it had. But if you look at the micro, guess what? It came down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it came down a bit. So I mean, if I see something like that, I'm not gonna. And you got to think this is already up. 36 to 40s. Like that's a good fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
I would typically. I feel like a healthy dip is usually about 40% of around there, like 40% of the leg that it had on low volume. So something like
Right.
this is not ideal for any long to be looking at. But I think actually Zen and Bob shorted in this area.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so it's a lot different than something like this, right? Nice leg, very low volume pullback going on here, continuation.
Right. Right. Now, do you trade pre-market as well, or do you wait for the open?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
don't judge, man. I'll trade pre-market. I'll trade after hours.
On on
I
uh, on Friday, were you trading pre-market with VYGR?
I took my position pre-market, but no, VYGR wasn't something that really you could have traded pre-market. There was no volume. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no range really. There really wasn't a catalyst
You might not
other
even get
than the
alerted.
other day. I
Right.
think BBIG was.
And
Oh, this was the other day. They played this in pre-market off this flag here.
do you have a pre-market strategy you like to use?
Yeah, I wait for something to typically get some kind of news, and if I can, I'm pretty damn quick. If I can, I'll try and snag lottos on the PR and scalp the PR. If I miss that, or if it's I'm not gonna buy something if it already has like a big ass candle. I'll wait for the nice pullback. I look like you can see BBIG put in a pretty good flag here over VWAP, pretty low volume, and just fucking ripped. And it gave you one more in here, but it was a very quick tap.
Right. Right. Right.
So that's pretty much it, dude. I just play the momentum. I try and get a meat of the move. I try and play like the first 1-2 pullbacks, and that's really it. If I can, I'll scalp the news. Like I said, I'm pretty quick. I can usually make a couple bucks. But to be honest with you, man, like we're not really in that market right now. Like if
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
back in January or February, I was up 5 a.m. every morning, bro.
I know.
Scalping
Me
news.
too, man. That's what I
Every
did
morning,
too.
bro.
That's funny.
Every morning,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like I knew,
I made most of
what
my money in
plays.
pre-market.
Like if I see a popular name gets news and it's even remotely good, people were slapping it. So
Yeah.
it was really easy to make the money. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And will you
But
come back to that ticker throughout the day if it has lots of volume in pre-market and a decent move, or will you leave it alone after that?
so this is a good example because it's like
Right.
BBIG completely blew off the top in pre-market. I mean, if I would have liked to play this throughout the day, I would have probably liked to see something more of like this into the open where it kind of came up and then chilled out a little bit or something
Right.
like that. Not just
Right.
fucking this
Rip.
crazy ramp that it had. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That's over
Um,
$1. Yeah.
typically, you see anything in that like do that in pre-market, it just kind of fades the rest of the day. It might base out in the middle of the day and have a little pop, but
Right.
most time not. And so I actually like to look at these plays for short, especially if it starts getting under VWAP and starts rejecting VWAP. You can see BBIG rejected VWAP right here.
Right.
These are nice faders to play. Which if you look at the broader picture, I mean, this was a nice move on the short side.
Right. Right.
Which we've done before with Ader, I believe. Where's my Ader trades? Where we start fading stuff like this. This is a great trade. I've traded Ader a couple times. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not picky. Like I will trade. Obviously, the plans are a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The setups are a little different. The risk is a little different. I don't take huge size in pre-market, although I feel like pre-market's not a bad time to take size right now.
Right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like pre-market. Some people don't trade pre-market. I'm just like, I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't trade if they don't see a certain pattern, which is fine. But me personally, man, I'm trying to make money every fucking day.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
gonna wait until the ascending snake head 360 no scope pattern shows up. Like, like if I can find some momentum and get a good pullback on it and scalp it, like I'm there. I'm not gonna wait
Right.
for the pin-ins and the wedges. Like, you can make money every day. Some days it's a lot harder than others. Some day you might make more than others, but I think it's important to be you know, flexible and versatile, regardless of the time. But statistically, man, I make most of my money the first hour or two of the market. I think
Gotcha.
that's everybody.
That's pretty much
I
everybody,
think,
I think.
yeah, I think that's everybody.
Sometimes you get moves in the afternoon, but right now in particular, it's all morning stuff. I feel like, and then just like choppiness and fading.
Yeah, yeah, it's been some.
Let-
Friday was nice though. I mean,
Friday was nice.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about. I do want to get into your VYGR trade a little bit, but just generally, for traders under PDT, what is the starter kit for them? What would you say you need to have down pat for a small account under PDT, and how does that change when you get over PDT? And I'm gonna quickly run to the bathroom while you answer that.
Okay. Yeah, man. Don't fall in.
I'll try. I just got back from an hour drive, so BRB.
All right, man. Guys, for any of you that are under PDT, the first thing I'm gonna say is I think it's really important that you go ahead and swap your account to a cash account. Some people may disagree with that. If this is obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Please don't sue me. But you know, I was, you know, day trading. I wasn't like sitting here swinging or anything like that. And so when you trade with a cash account, you're not limited to that 3 day trades a week thing. It changes, right? So it's like it's T+2. So basically, here's let me summarize, right? Let's say you have a 10K account. We'll just put it there, 10K account. You could trade with 5K on Monday, right? Go into the next day, trade with 5K on Tuesday. And then that 5K for Monday would be settled on Wednesday. So essentially you have 5K every fucking day to trade with, right? And so even though you're not going to be able to take like major size with these plays, you are able to trade every day, and it kind of gets you ready for that like mentality, that like that system of trading every day and being a day trader. You see what I'm saying? So that would be my first advice. The second is be okay with the small gains, man. You know, it's a lot of people out here going for home runs, you know, and I mean, shit, there are a lot of people that got lucky with moves like AMC, GME. You see a lot of people dumping their accounts in CEI, which I'm not going to say is necessarily a bad idea if you get in early enough, you know what I mean? But you got to be okay with the small gains. I mean, I think like when I very first started June, July, I was making like $50 a day, but that's still $1,100, you know, in the month, right? And this was on like I gradually increased the account, right? Because I didn't just like sell everything. I had all the money. It was like I would sell something here, and like in the next couple weeks I'd sell something else. So I went from like 3K, sold the car, then the account was like 10K, right? And even at the 10K mark, I was able to make this in the month. You know what I mean? And so I think it's really important that you guys you have to look. Okay, so if you see somebody posting big gains, you can't let that affect your mind the wrong way, right? Like you have to take it for what it is. Let it inspire you. Let it show you what's possible.
Exactly.
Don't look at that and feel like I need to make the look, man. If you have a 10K account, right? If you're aiming for anything, even 1% is fine. But you have to remember, since we're splitting it in half and you're trading with 5K a day, $50 a day, perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with making $50 a day. And I'm not bullshitting. I'll get my thing soon. Yeah, exactly. And just focus on the consistency, man. Find you a system that works. You are still going to be limited to the trades you can take, so it's very important that you focus on the setups that are A+ or A-. You know, what is an A+ setup? What is a, you know, A- setup? What I mean is, you know, as a scalper, this would have been a fucking amazing setup for anybody that was, you know, trying to get in a trade that would potentially, you know, like I would take this trade.
Yeah.
I would take this trade under PDT. That's a nice, you know, you could have got a nice 8%. Even if you scaled on the first leg, you're getting 6%. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could scale some here at the top of the flag, and then like, you know, hold the rest, scale some out as you go. But keep it simple. Don't overdo it. Don't sit here and think that you need to swing and do it. Stick to something. Master something and get good at that, and hold on to that and run with it. It's gonna take time. Like me, I had, you know, things that I could sell, stuff I could do to get me over PDT, even just barely, right?
Yeah.
But I think that trading under PDT was very important because it's like humbling in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It teaches you
But
that discipline too.
I definitely say if you're on a margin account and you're just like fucking around with that 3 days, like that rolling 5-day period, 3 trades thing, get away from that. Switch to a cash account. In my opinion,
I think
if
so
you
too.
have the time to be there during the day, that is 100% what you should be doing. If
Mhm.
you're there during the day, switch to a cash account. Split that cash that you have in half and trade with that each day. For me, it was like I would aim to take a couple trades a day, like 3-4 trades a day. So, 5K divided by that, and that's the size I would take. If I saw something, obviously screen time over time, you're gonna know what like your mind just starts to grasp what's a higher probability setup than other setups. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so if I saw something that was just absolutely beautiful, I wouldn't take my full day's worth of money on it, but I might take half, right? I might, instead of like looking to aim for 3 or 4 trades, if I saw something as beautiful as this, I'd be like, all right, I'll put half the cash there. You know what I mean? Instead
Right.
of a third or a fourth for the day. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I spent a whole lot of time under PDT. For me, it was like 3 or 4 months.
Gotcha.
But that was a very important time, I think, in the career because it was a time where I had to accept that, like, this. It's like you accept the small gains, right? It's really
Right.
important for people because what I see a lot of people do is they'll find a name, right? They're under PDT, they'll find a name that just has some crazy ass momentum. It's going nuts. A good example would probably be Grom from the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? From
Oh yeah.
like the day where it just went absolutely insane.
I know.
Right? So this is what people do. Don't be this fucking guy. They'll find a play like Grom. They see it's like a multi-halting. They freak out on the move up. They don't take any size. And then on the backside, they're like, this is my chance to grow my account. And they fucking take size on the backside and get fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need, like, yes, these movers are great. But focus on the consistency. Focus on the small moves. If you are going to trade these volatile names, don't get suckered into the backside. Wait for it to set back up or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't focus too much on needing to grow your account. Focus on just getting good at what you're doing. You know what I mean?
100%.
You have so much time, bro. The market's not going anywhere. If you absolutely need to make money and you have a 10K account, bro, I'm telling you, just chill. Bro, it's not the way. Like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
come in with a 10K account and you're just like, I'm gonna make 500K this year. It just don't work that way. You know what I mean? It just doesn't.
We do have a quick
Don't.
question from chat as well. You can finish your thought.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's pretty much all. When a flag is forming, it's the only thing that tells you that the trade hasn't found a top on the backside, low volume on the pullback. So low volume is indicate relative to the price action that indicates. Oh God. You read that one to me.
Okay. Quick question. Super simple. When a flag is forming, a bull flag is the only thing that tells you that the trade hasn't found top, and on the backside, the low volume on the pullback. So low volume is the indicator relative to price action that indicates a bull flag and not the backside of the trade.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Look, guys, don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, it's just, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, man, damn, my guy, man, that's like rocket science.
Sheesh, okay. This guy's got a degree. No, just kidding.
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
All right. And this is gonna fall into what I said as far as like, here's the VYGR trade, by the way. This is gonna fall into what I said as far as like, I will look for the first few pullbacks on a 1 minute, and if the 5 minute extends, I'll look for the first pullback on the 5 minutes, so either the 8 or the 20, right? But it's like, if a stock just pulled a fucking BBIG move,
Right.
I mean, you gotta think that this thing just moved,
It's like
I guess
$1.50
not the
on,
huge
like, a
move, but that's a
$5
big ass move.
Yeah,
So
man.
like, I'm gonna give it time. At this point, what I would have wanted to see is this maybe come back down to, these areas, maybe a recline VWAP and then move back up. But if something has just made a huge move, I'm not even interested.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to get the meat of the move. I'm not trying to buy the top, sell the bottom.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if you are just starting the move, right? So like VYGR, very strong move. You know what I mean? This is basically your first leg. Yes, I'd be looking for a low volume pullback here.
Mhm.
Typically on a strong move, you'll get a couple of these. You'll get one or two, right? And then
Right.
this thing didn't move the best out the gates. But let's say that this thing just came like up here. I'd like to see that pullback on the 5-minute here on low volume. But if this thing goes crazy, just leave it alone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Leave it, you know, just let it go and let it set back up, let it consolidate, maybe come back, because you know, something like that is just that's when shorts are going to start looking to get in. People are going to start looking to take money. Any smart long is going to be waiting for it to reset back up, and you just won't have that same bid support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, man. I just want to take a moment here to say,
He said super simple. Yeah.
yeah, F's in the chat. If you guys have any questions for Trader Thiz, we will take some Q&A now. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to type those out. And yeah, I'll do a bit of a Q&A session here. Before we start to wrap things up, we're going about an hour and a half. Thank you for coming on.
Is it?
Thiz. Yeah,
Holy
man.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, we had a 10-minute timer and stuff, so it's probably about an hour and 20. Ask Thiz why I'm so handsome. Lunar Aces wants to know why he's so handsome.
Because he drinks milk.
There you go. That's it, man.
Because he drinks milk, dude.
I want to talk a little bit about the mindset. I think like everyone knows about FOMO and can get away from FOMO, but let's talk a little bit about that greed. And I find this especially when traders are trading large cap options, and you see those bigger percentages, and you're like, okay, you know, I'm up X amount %, and you get that rush too of like, I'm doing really well in this trade, I'm gonna let it just chill, and then you end up red on the trade even though you were green. How did you get your mindset around that, and what, you know, what are some strategies traders can do to combat that kind of feeling of, you know, I'm at 35% up, or, you know, whatever, I can get to 40 if I just hold a little bit longer.
Yeah, just don't be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, come on, guys. Look, you know, a lot here. See, the main problem with everything you just explained is people are trying to trade their P&L.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Don't trade your P&L.
And I think
okay?
scaling out helps a lot with that as well.
No, I mean, look, okay, so it sounds crazy, right? But there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that message me too, and this is not shots to any of you guys that have messaged me. This, I promise you. But they're like, you know, even stuff like, dang, Thiz, you know, I see these great trades, and I'm having trouble pulling the trigger. Like, how do I pull the trigger? I'm like, man, you just pull the trigger.
Just pull the trigger, boy. Come on.
God damn it! Like, do it with small size if you have to. But guys, it's the same thing. If you're in a trade and you have the habit of damn, I'm 35, I need 40%, or I see all these people making 200%. Like, first off, I don't trade options, but it's like, look, man, trade the fucking chart. Don't like fuck. I look, man. Woo. This is something I'm real touchy about, because this is something that people do a lot, right? But it's like, dude, my first 10K day, my first 20K day, all these were achieved. I wasn't even looking at my P&L for the day, right?
I was about to say, I took mine off. I don't even see it now.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just really important to just trade the chart, you know? So, like, you've seen on the VYGR trade, like, I mean, I scale my profits as we go, and typically what I do is I'll take the entry, right? Mm-hmm. I'll scale on the first legs. If we get another healthy pullback, I will add back. So I'm basically averaging in, right?
Right.
I'm like averaging up, you know. So I use the example here where it's like we talked about this in class last week, where it's like, if I buy here, right, and then, you know, I'm scaling some up here in this area, and we get this healthy pullback, and I buy again here, my average is still right here. But dude, as this thing goes up, I'm taking money. Like, guys, AMC type moves, CEI type moves, those don't happen every day. Right. Okay, you have to be proactive about scaling your money. You know, did this thing keep going? Yeah, sure it did. But I know what kind of trader I am. I'm not the kind of trader that's gonna fucking sit in this thing all damn day, and hope it goes to 6. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, did it have an hourly setup to break out? Yes, it absolutely did. But even on this hourly setup, once we get around to this point, you know, we're starting to extend away from, you know, you need to take some gains off the table. 100%. If you want to let some ride, let some ride. I had the opposite problem though. My problem personally was that I would take the trade off too soon. Right. I would take some size, it would pop, and I'd take it off. So for me, it was the inverse. It was like I need to hold longer, and for me that was, I would add a little bit more size to my trade so that I could scalp what I usually would, You know what I'm saying? So I would
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
what I usually would, and then let a little bit, like, let the rest ride. And I learned to just, you know, not really let it all go right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that really helped.
We have a question coming
Um,
in from chat.
This you make predetermined goal for how much you want to make each day, month, year. Or do you take it one day and one trade at a time?
Thank you, Stock Attack.
This is a really controversial
Ooh, we get
subject.
the
I
tea
feel
right
like
now?
the reason why is because you hear a lot of people that are like, you need to aim for $100 or 1% or this and that, which is
Right.
fine, but the opportunities day in day out are always different. You know what I mean? And the thing that I have the biggest problem with seeing people do, and even to this day, you know, people even in real ones, they'll, let's say their goal is $500, they make $500, and they're like, all right, made my $500, gonna go bang my wife, I'm out for the day, you know, and it's like, well, then what if they leave and everything starts getting crazy? There's beautiful setups, A+ setups. Look, let me tell you something. A casino, let's say a casino makes 100K in the day. They don't just shut the casino down and
We're
kick
done.
everybody out.
Later.
You know, they're like, we're done, everybody.
Yeah,
Kick on. No,
get out.
the show goes on.
Yeah,
Okay. If you make a certain amount of money and then you see a trade that fits your strategy and you don't take it, that is complacency,
Right.
right? So that's kind of why I'm against daily goals. Now, is there an amount of money that I would? Yeah, sure, but I sit here all day, and if I see a fucking setup, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I was very, very, very green on Friday, and then I saw a beautiful, beautiful setup happening on CCXI, and even though I was very, very green, I went for it, and I didn't just go for it. I mean, I fucking went for it with some size, and I
Right.
was just a little too early, and I ended up getting chopped, right?
Right.
But it's like I'm trading my plan every time it appears to me. I'm not picking and choosing. And then the reason why this is so important is because if you're looking for things to play out in the bigger picture, you have to take advantage of every single possibility. And it's like if you have a win rate of 80%, 90%, even 70%, you know what I mean? Why would you not take it every single time?
No,
The money fogs people's brain. And the reason why I feel like is because, you know, when you're playing a video game, how do you know you're getting better at that video game? You level up, right? You get
Yeah,
some
yeah.
new gear or something like that. How do you know you leveled up in trading? A lot of people revolve it around, you know, the monetary value, like money, their account value, how much money they're making, and stuff like that, right? You guys have to let go of the money, man.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it than the money. You literally just you know, I've had red days, and yeah, it can, like, do I still get pissed about my red days someday? Fuck yeah, I get. Nobody wants to be fucking red, right? But it's like you have, like, you know, a lot of people are not taking profits on their trades, right? Why are they not taking profits on their trade? Because they're worried about the money. You know what I mean?
Right.
People have a daily goal, then they stop trading. Why are they stop trading? Because of the money. You know, if you let go of all these things, you'd be so much better off. You know, so is it okay to have a daily goal? I think it is okay in some instances, especially in the beginning, like when you really don't know too much what you're doing. But here's what I'll say. Once you have a system, once you have a strategy that's proven, you better take that daily goal and you better shove it, because you're going to be a lot better off just not being complacent because of a daily goal and playing that opportunity every time it's there.
Right.
You're going to be way better off. That's what I got to say about it.
One thing that I like to do too, and you probably do this as well, is I keep track of, you know, what setups and what patterns and whatever I'm using, what's currently working for me and what's currently not working for me, and that will change too. And
yeah,
I like to focus obviously on the things that are working for me. Don't try to force the ones that you used to use if they're not working right now. I think that's super important.
One thing you will see me do a lot is, like, since we make a majority of our money from pre-market to the first 2 hours of bell,
right?
You know, if I see the money and I have it, and maybe there's opportunity, but it's not the best opportunity. Maybe the volume profile is not where it needs to be. Maybe the overall market is just choppy. You know, yeah, I'll sit on my hands. You know, that's I feel like that's a little bit different though. Like,
yeah.
taking a certain value and being like, okay, I'm done, is a lot different than being like, okay, I made gains. I can tell. I mean, statistically, I get chopped up at lunchtime.
Right.
I don't make a lot of money around lunchtime. I mean, looking at the challenge account, like, and going
Mhm.
back and looking at like at all the stats on it, I get chopped up lunch almost always. So I'm aware of that now, and I
Yeah.
pretty much just try and leave that time alone. You
Right.
know, but that's what I gotta say about that. Is it wrong to have a daily goal in the beginning when you're finding your system? I'm gonna say no. Once you have a system and you know it works, I'm gonna say yes. Absolutely wrong to have a goal and to limit yourself. I mean, you're limiting your possibility. Like, you're literally putting yourself in a fish tank when there's
Yeah.
an ocean.
Yeah, exactly. I think the consistency is more important than a daily goal, and
Mhm.
kind of averaging up that consistency over time, I guess.
Well, the thing about consistency too is that, you know, same thing, right? And
Yeah.
I talked to my buddy Bofo about this because, and this happened to me too. I mean, fuck, dude, it was like 60 green days at the beginning of the year, and I was
Sheesh.
like, my head was all pumped. I was like, dude, I'm fucking green every day, dude, and I was like, I don't want to be red, and so that mentality started changing a lot of things that I was doing, and then sure enough, right around that time, that started having I had my first red day, right? But it's like
Right.
the same thing. It's yes, focus on the consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you guys need to start tracking things, because once you have that proven system, like the system has proven itself for months and months and months and months and months that it is consistent, don't worry about your daily, like, don't just sit here and just be so focused on the consistency that you're being complacent, right?
Right.
Trust the system, trust what you're doing, trust your ability, trade the chart, don't trade your P&L, right?
Right.
Because it goes hand in hand with the daily goal. People will be so focused on having a green day, even if it's $1
Mm-hmm.
that they will, like, completely let A+ trades go, you know, even if they're just to be green $1. And I'm guilty of that. I used to do this, where it's like, now you see me have a couple more red days throughout the month, but it's like I'm actually executing, in my opinion, better, even though I'm having maybe a few more red days in the month.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So that's what I gotta say about that. Just
No. Yeah, that's good.
it all revolves around the discipline. It's so important.
All right. We've been going for over an hour now. I think we're gonna start to get to the end of the stream. I like to end on this question, and maybe anything else that you want to touch on here that maybe we didn't cover yet.
Mhm.
But I have to be careful how I word it because the whole advice thing and stuff. If let's say there's another version of Thiz and he's having red day after red day. He's reloading that account, and he keeps blowing it up and blowing it up. What would you recommend to other Thiz to change up, or to to focus on? And he starts getting that red mindset too as well. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Man, a good friend of mine, bless his heart,
Mhm.
fell victim to that terrible, terrible cycle,
Right.
and is no longer with us, but it's tough, man. And the reason why it's tough is because it's a lot easier said than done to tell somebody, like, you know, oh, just size down, don't worry about what you lost.
I
But
know.
dude, there are people out here losing hundreds of
Yeah.
thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
right? And that's not an amount of money that you can just throw out the window,
No.
kind of thing, like, per se, as far as like forgetting about it.
Right.
But people fall into this terrible mental cycle where it's like they want to make that money back, they want to make that money, or they think, if I just do this or that, and yeah, I mean, there's people that literally pull equity out of their homes to, like, refund their accounts and stuff like that. Man, for me, guys, if I even feel like I'm getting into some kind of cycle like that, some kind of spiral, I size down, and I go back to the roots. Maybe I really dig in what I'm doing, and a lot of people, what they're not honest with themselves. You know what I mean? Me, I'm very honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I will, if I fucked up and it was a big fuck up, I will go back and I'll look and I'll be like, all right, yeah, I fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
If it was a trade and it was worth the opportunity, it was worth taking, that's a little different. But I think sizing down is a lot more, like, I think people underestimate, like, how much it really can just help. Just sizing down, getting that confidence back. And this is obviously, I'm saying, before the spiral. If you've already spiraled, I'll be honest, man. I mean, that's so tough to come back from. But you really just have to force yourself to let it go. What I told people was, look, tomorrow, clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you wipe the slate clean. Tomorrow, if you had something you were doing and you were working, you hone in on that, you size down, clean slate. All the money that's gone, you gotta stop thinking about it, man.
Right.
That shit is gonna fucking eat you up.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is gonna eat you up. It's gonna spit you out. It's gonna keep happening. I mean, shit. Look at last week. I've never had 4 consecutive red days in a row ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
that's right. That's right. I saw that.
Ever.
Mhm.
I mean, ever until last week, right? And it was directly like it was because I was being really aggressive. I mean, I was getting in plays 20, 30,000 shares. So for me to be like only as small red as I was, like, was honestly fine. I mean, if we were in a market that was a little hotter, it would have worked, right? But it was like I looked back, right? You can't ignore these things. You have to face them, right? It was like, okay, I'm being a little aggressive. I'm taking plays that aren't ready yet. You know what I mean? The market's not ready for them yet,
Mm-hmm.
and you adjust. You know, if you have not found a system that is consistent yet, let's talk about how to completely avoid this situation. If you have not found a system that's consistent yet, stay small size. The market's not going anywhere. Make sure you're not going anywhere.
Yes,
Find
please.
something that fucking works and then track it. Track your trades. Save your trades. Like, save information about the trades. Get TraderSync. Get TraderView. Get statistics. If you can't trust yourself, you can sure as fuck trust the statistics, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Trust the numbers.
I used to think
But-
that too. Like, I better get in. I better load my account now because the market's hot and all this stuff. But
Yeah,
we still get
it's
hot days
re-
now. You know what I mean? Like,
Look, as a trader, it's really easy to get FOMO, but the
Yeah.
best thing you can do is take advantage of FOMO, right?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
big difference.
right.
But but guys, don't fall into that cycle. It's a terrible cycle. It's hard to tell somebody what they can or can't do because especially, dude, I've had people reach out to me who've lost almost $1 million, steady downtrend, right?
Wow.
And it's like, man, I can't. Look, guys, this is also, I mean, I'm gonna say this is worst case scenario. Can anybody do this? In my opinion, yes. I honestly think anybody could do this, but is it for everybody?
Maybe
Fuck
not.
no, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Could anybody, fluff? No, let's not go there. Could-
What? Huh? Wait,
could
huh?
it-
What?
could-
Are
you
we
know,
gonna
could
take it down?
could anybody, sell feet pics? Yeah, but is it for
Yeah.
everybody? No, you know what I mean? So it's just, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Look, guys, there's plenty of ways to make money out there in the world. Trading is not the only way.
Right.
Can anybody do it? Yeah. Is it for everybody? No. But guys, if you've already taken and sustained big losses, be honest with yourself and move on. You have to move on.
Mhm.
All right. You can't let it be that psycho ex-girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
you have to move on, bro.
Yeah.
And
100%.
the best way to not even have to deal with that is to completely avoid it.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself go there. Don't let yourself get there. But don't psych yourself out about getting there either. Just stay small, find a system that works. And the market changes. Not all the time is your system going to work 100%. And that's why it's important to slowly grow your toolkit as we go, right?
Yeah.
When I started, I wasn't focused on swinging and shorting and longing. Like, I focused on one thing and I mastered it. And now I'm focused on another thing. I'm going to master it. And then maybe down the road we'll go into swinging or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I swing? Yeah, I do. I take short-term swings, but most of them are always in theme. I don't just go look for a bottomed-out biotech and swing. I don't do that.
Yeah. I hear you.
What I do want to say though is, I appreciate you guys and I appreciate being here. It's done a lot for me too, whether you guys like realize it or not. I know I say this a lot, but it really has. And
100%.
I love the community we got.
Yeah. Me
If
too,
you
man.
guys are in a position where this is something that you want to do, you have to believe in yourself. You have to put in the work that it takes. You hear people say this all the time, but like, people don't understand what the work is, right?
Yeah.
Like, record your fucking screen, right? Watch back level 2 tick for tick, you know what I mean? Like, I recorded my face when I first started because I'd like to go back and see the emotions I was feeling. So I was like, I was more aware of those emotions in real time. Cause
Right.
bro, like I'd be in a trade
Yeah,
with
yeah.
size, and I'd be like fucking freaking out, bro.
Yeah.
Look like a tweaker.
You're like, wow,
Yeah.
look at me.
So it's like, I think it's important to go back, record your screen, you know, gather the statistics on your fucking trades. Look, this is a like game of probabilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to find something. It's not gonna work 100% of the time. You're gonna take losses. It's normal. It's natural in the game. You have to embrace failure, right?
Yeah.
But find something that works and stick to it.
It's in your favor.
Gather the information, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Is like, you know, I'm mostly scalping long. If I'm scalping long, I need volume. I need a catalyst. I need range. Okay. If I and the daily chart is very important. You know, I'm very aware of what my levels are above. If it's a pop and drop chart, I'm gonna keep that in mind that the personality is overall is pop and drop, so we'll probably get up there and then fade. So I'll be really risk adverse on the backside, right?
Mhm.
As far as short side, if you guys are shorting, when other people forget about the name, do not forget about the name.
Right.
If you're shorting, when
like
other
that.
people forget about the name,
Yeah.
do not forget about the name. Retail heavy names, wait for the big exchanges, right?
Mhm.
Pop and drop charts, personalities, all very important. You know what I mean? I have a huge toolkit. I've been streaming too. For those of you that do watch my stream on Wednesdays, we're trying to go over a lot of these things. I appreciate you guys. And guys, man, protect your dream, dude.
Yeah, man. Remember what you're doing
Protect
it
your
for.
dream. Protect your dream. And if you can't do it for you, you better do it for your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
100%.
protect your dream, dude. You're gonna have people, because you know trading is such a stigma for, you know, there's such a stigma around it. Like people just look at what we do, and like people still don't believe what I do. I told my son's mom, you know, like I was like, you know, something regarding change. She's like, some of us have to work. I'm like, I
What?
work. You know, I'm working.
Yeah.
People just don't get it though, you
Right.
know. So
Yeah, yeah.
so
Just click
you
buttons.
can't judge those people that don't understand. You just you know what's possible, right?
Mhm.
So make it fucking possible. Protect your dream. Don't let nobody shit on your dream. It don't matter if it's your mom, your dad, your wife. Protect that shit and fight for that shit, man. And if you guys need me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm bad about replying on Twitter. If you guys need me, you can always DM me on Discord. Guys, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I hope you guys got some kind of good
Absolutely.
information from me. I hope you guys learned something, and it's just possible, dude. I'm a kid that got expelled from high school. You know what I mean? I'm a kid that grew up on the fucking. If you are somebody that was in my position growing up, I was, you know, I don't want to incriminate myself right here. You guys know what I'm getting at. Like
Yeah.
I was doing some shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but that was what I was taught, and that was the only thing I knew how to do to make money and get by.
Wow.
Okay. If you are in that situation, there is another way. You can make money like this, and you know that lifestyle is really addicting. But like, man, you don't have to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn,
So.
dude. That's really inspirational. I just want to huge shout out to Thiz, Trader Thiz. Please follow him on Twitter. Follow his Twitch stream. You're gonna learn a lot in there. Bro, thank you for coming on. This is really, really cool. I
Most definitely, dude.
I fucking love your story, dude. I love it.
I love you.
No, I love you.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah,
It was
always, dude.
awesome.
And-
Like as soon
yeah.
as I saw ESQs, I was like, man, this is gonna be so much fun, and I did. I had a blast.
Awesome, dude. Good. Let's start to wrap things up. I just want to give you the floor, Thiz. Anything and everything you want to plug right now, go ahead. What do you got going on? What do you want to plug or shout outs or anything? The floor is yours.
Obviously, guys, you already know what I'm gonna say. Huge shout out to my fucking real ones, right? Amazing Discord. We trade live and voice every fucking day. I'm there. We make it, you know, an educational, a money-making, fun environment. I stream every Wednesday, going over trades for the week, the market sentiment, my trades, giving education. Obviously, my Twitter, Trader Thiz. Go ahead and follow Herv. Go ahead and follow, which is Herv Trades on Twitter. Mikey Underdog. You gotta go follow Zen. You gotta go follow Fappy. Check out the merch. 100% of proceeds go to St. Jude. Check out RCB's merch. You guys know the drill, man. It's Real One's family up in here. If I didn't mention any of the homies, I'm sorry. I'm really tired right now, but
For sure.
I love you guys, man. And you know, if you need anything, like I said, my DMs are open. Be nosy, man.
Yeah.
You have to be nosy. if you want to see a fucking trade, I can send you the fucking trade. You know, I have people in my stream that were like thinking it's not the real deal or something. Like
Right.
it's the real fucking deal. Like
Yes,
if you need to see a
sir.
trade, I'll show you the trade. Like if you need anything, holler. So I hope you guys enjoyed it.
That's dope, man. I fucking love you, bro.
Likewise, man.
Alrighty, thank you for coming on, Thiz. What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I love you too.
Oh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out.
All
Peace.
right, later, Thiz. Thank you guys for. Whoa. Jeez, what? Look how bad the camera quality is on Discord. Thank you, Thiz, for joining us today. Let me hop out of here. Go back to Streamlabs. Okay. Let's go to intermission. Hang on a sec. I gotta fix my. Actually, hang on. Give me 30 seconds here. If people are watching YouTube, they're gonna hate this right now. Hang on. There we go. You are legendary. Why, thank you. And bam, there I am. What's going on, traders? I hope you enjoyed the stream today. I had a great time. This is a lot of fun. Let me pop on just chatting for a minute. Please. I'm going to pull it up here. Go check out Trader Thiz on Twitter, all right? Let me slap on some music. Please check out Trader Thiz on Twitter. Thank you guys for joining me today. Add him on Discord, too, or hit him up in the Real Ones Discord. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys. And remember, don't fucking give up, okay? We can all do this. Please. If you guys want to join me, I will be live trading on Monday. Sorry, not Monday. I actually won't be trading Monday. I work Monday. But Tuesday, we'll be back for the live trading. And next weekend, we have more great interviews coming that you do not want to miss. I will announce who's coming on later, probably throughout the week. Hit up Thiz on Twitter, Twitch, Real Ones. Check out Slap the Bid merch, okay? Short Cancer, and RCB gear as well. Alrighty, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me, brother. Always a pleasure. Much love, gang. Yes, sir. Anytime you want to come on, Thiz, you know I got you. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me today. There's going to be no marbles today. I need to go. I have Thanksgiving dinner. It's actually Canadian Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be enjoying that. Thank you guys for joining me. This was a lot of fun today. We got a huge amount of viewers, dude. Crazy. Can you do a hot tub stream? It's up on the screen. I need 750 subs for that. All right, chat. Listen, I love you guys. Stay in the game. And we'll see you over for live trading on Tuesday. All right. I love you. Have a great evening. 100 out. Thank you for joining us today, chat. Traders. I love and appreciate all you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to the Canadians out there. Not going to be at 100 After Dark today. This is it. Enjoy the song Jason by The Midnight. I love you guys. And I'll see you Tuesday. 100 out!